I really don't understand why people make a big deal about black nerds and things like that, because that's what's normal for us. But I'm happy that people are taking an interest in us, you know. I didn't grow up with fellow nerds, black nerds like myself, so those times when I was lonely, I thought nobody understood me, and I just sit there all day and draw and play video games, whatever. It took me many, many years to find other black geeks like that. Because when I hit high school, there wasn't many like myself, you know. But it gets easier. You're gonna eventually meet people who are gonna, you know, accept you for you. Well, I definitely consider myself a nerd or a geek because I'm into, you know, anime, manga, movies, you know, action. And then on top of that, I create comics. So I think that right there like puts me in geek territory. If that does, I don't know, you know. I think it was cool 20 years ago when I was a geek or a nerd, you know, but it's definitely cool today, or it's seen to be, it's considered to be cooler by mainstream standards, yeah. This is like the Mecca. So I'm very, very happy to be here. I'm very grateful. Since I've been here, I've just been milking every opportunity I could to meet new people, been going to panels, made some really, really great contacts. I don't like to assume things, but there's some good vibes going on, you know, so nothing's promising, but, you know, I've been dropping business cards like bills in the strip club, you know. Yeah. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, and yeah, Bayonetta and all that. So it's my life. Love.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, though. What's your name?
My name's Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Very cool. I get for your stuff.
I will give you a card, but I ran out.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
Aren't they like
This is like so happenstance. I wanted you to meet Karan Grant, amazing artist from Jamaica. Did the concept art for the G.I. Joe movies, Infamous.
Actually, it's dope.
We met back in like 06, 07 at Chicago Comic Con.
Yeah, a while back. I hope she'll be set up at one of these spots here.
Just say, I hope that she's where I am now, in a nutshell.
Well, no, I hope you're further along than where I am. I think you're capable of being much further along than where I am. Industry is, you should forget that, but it should be more about doing your craft and making a living of your craft and sharing your craft. And that's what individuals that do that make this supposed industry.
Yeah.
But you're there, actually. Why are you not set up at this show?
I'll tell you after the camera go off.
After the camera goes off.
Well, you know what? Yeah, just edit it out. Money as usual.
Money.
Yeah.
You always say that, man. I don't buy that.
You know, I know.
I don't buy that. I'm broke too. I'm broke too. You just gotta act like you want it. If you act like you want it, you end up getting it.
Well, it's more of a business thing. Like I have to figure out the business of it all, of getting the money. I know the money's out there. Don't put this in the camera. I don't want people to know my business.
You're here at the show. I mean, that means that you can be set up.
Well, look.
There is down in the registration area. They have applications open right now for register for Artist Alley. Just sign up. You know what I mean, you're better than a lot of these people here. Just go sign up. Just focus on what's important to you, where you're going. You know, and just work towards it.
Yeah. Is that that's not registration, is it?
If anybody knows, we don't know.
That's okay.
Go near the blue area.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I can see it. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck.
Excuse me. Where can I, oh, it's a little girl. I thought.
Like a bag or something?
Oh, no. Well, do you know where the Artist Alley registration is? Artist Alley?
No.
Hi. Can you tell me where I can register for Artist Alley next year?
There's actually a booth second to the end down there that says Artist Alley.
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to register for Artist Alley next year.
Yeah. Why would I do that? Okay.
Thank you. Do I fill it out now or? Okay. May I have a pen?
Fill it out on the table back there.
Okay. Thank you.
right now they're asking me who I want to be placed near. So I definitely want to be placed near Karen Grant, Sanford Green, you know, people like that. Hi, I just want to turn in my application. Thank you, ma'am.
I just want people to understand that I'm not the only one. There's many men and females alike, black men and female, who are just like me with the same background. You have to understand why you do what you do. If you're doing it for attention or for money and you don't get it right away, you know, that's not the right reason to do that or anything else for money, you know. Like if you're going to dedicate your life to something, like I'm trying to dedicate my life to art, I don't want to do it for money. How I grew up, I don't really know how to be anybody else but myself. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is, you know, I can just be myself and wish for the best and do what I think is right or do what I feel is right in my gut, you know.
Handwritten script for Star Wars by George Lucas. Princess Leia's anti-jiggle breast tape. Film reel labeled alternate ending. Luke's father is Chewbacca. Oh! Oh! I'll give you $5 for the box.
Sold.
Mostly I hate being called comic book guy from The Simpsons. Asked if I'm comic book guy, referred to as comic book guy, asked about comic book guy, fuck comic book guy. When I first opened the store, I got a phone call from a guy, and I think he was in Atlanta, and he was very excited because he saw a profile about me online, you know, in like a trade organization, publication or something, and it was like, welcome, you know, there's now 2 of us, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I own a game store, and you know, you're the only black comic shop guy that I've ever met, like, you know, you're a black comic shop owner, you know, and I'm like, I'm the only black comic shop owner. Really? Like, I didn't think this was a thing. Like, then I asked somebody at DC, like, do you know any other black comic shop owners? And they were like, no. But a funny thing happened, right? A young lady was in the store and she said, wait, I don't think you're the only one. I think there's a guy in New York that I think is the owner of a shop. And I said, really? And then she said, yeah, but he just closed his shop last week. So yes, I'm back. It's just me. It's like Highlander, there could be only one, right? You know what I mean? But I'm not even sure that guy was a black guy. He might have been. It's New York, he could have been Dominican. I don't know if that counts, you know? It's like baseball. The dude looks black, but he speaks Spanish, you know? You know how it is. Just saying. You know, not saying, I'm just saying, you know. I run this thing called the Chicago Dungeons and Dragons meetup group. And what ended up happening one day was somebody contacted me to see if I would be willing to do this off-site for a particular population, for a particular group of kids, right? And I was like, sure, right? And then I went and did it, and they paid me for it. And then it occurred to me, that's kind of damn cool. Like, who gets paid to play D&D, right? And then more people started contacting me. Right? So now people contact me when there's a particular level of weight to the game they'd like to have, or be it for kids or adults or whatever. And at the end of it, someone cuts me a check. I have an hourly rate. You know, I really don't play D&D for free anymore. You know, like, suck it, guidance counselor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
Now, our guest tonight is the controversial award-winning cartoonist behind the K Chronicles, Nightlife, and Think. Give it up for Keith Knight, everybody. Keith Knight, let him hear you. Now, your comics that we talked about, you have courted controversy. They're not the normal newspaper comic strips. You're not Peanuts or Garfield.
No, not my daily cartoon. My daily cartoon is like a mild version of my weekly cartoons. Yeah. The weekly cartoons are what people can subscribe to. And those are the ones that court controversy. Those are the ones that go down that road.
So you brought us some comics so we can take it, so the audience can take a look at. Let's show one of your recent ones.
Yeah, you're doing this because I'm black, aren't you? Now, see? Why do you always have to play the race card?
That's so controversial, I don't know if that's going to make TV tonight.
My name's Keith Knight, gentleman cartoonist extraordinaire, creator of the K Chronicles, Nightlife, and Think, and also founder of the Nappy Hour panel at Comic-Con.
All right, so
I wanted to touch on this because it's an election year. And I know we're all in fantasy land here, but I think that's one of the problems with what's going on in this country is like ordinary, sane people aren't talking about it. And I'm wondering, why aren't there more politics at Comic-Con, especially in an election year?
Well, the Nappy Hour panel started as sort of an opportunity to get Black creators and Black fans together. Yet there's this huge stereotype as to what Blacks can do and say and be. So for a lot of people, and I'm saying Black people too, like, even though we know in ourselves, like, we're way more than this, it's still exciting to see somebody doing something outside the black box, you know? The first time I ever felt like I could really become a cartoonist is when I had a substitute teacher who was a young Black man. All he did was sit up at his desk and doodle. He was a struggling cartoonist. And so I would pull up my chair next to him and doodle at the desk alongside him. And just to know that he existed sent a message to me, like, I can do this. If people are not encouraging you, don't be discouraged. You gotta keep on forging on, because you gotta believe in yourself before others believe in you. And once people will catch up. People will catch up. People caught up to Comic-Con. People caught up to Black nerds. And they'll catch up to you. So just keep on keeping on.